In this video, you'll find instruments, synths, and samplers, all for free, everything you might need. So without wasting any time, let's get into this list. Please smash that like button and subscribe. So first things first is we have Labs from Spitfire Audio. Labs gives you tons of different instrument types and different instruments for free that you can tweak to your heart's desire with only a couple knobs and sliders on a fairly clean interface. Next, we have the Kontakt player, which is a free version of Kontakt that comes with complete start. A lot of these in here are actually because I own Kontakt. However, on top of anything you might get downloading the Kontakt player, we also have options available to us here, which are free to download on different sites, and I will link below. We have the Project Sam free orchestra, as well as some other cool instruments. Now, in order to get instruments over here on the left, you have to download instruments for Kontakt that have serial numbers, but that can be very limiting. Now, if you want tons and tons and tons of free instruments, you can come to Piano Book, and this is where a bunch of people get together and create their own instruments, share them between each other, rate, review, and comment on each other's stuff. Now, if you are using the free version of Kontakt, this won't work. You can, however, find tons of free instruments for the paid version of Kontakt, but if you don't have the paid version of Kontakt, don't worry. This is a free plugin video. You can instead use the Desynth sampler. And then in our sample packs area here, we can just change this to Desynth sampler, and we will see tons of different packs and samples that we can load into our Desynth sampler as full-fledged instruments with knobs and controls, much like anything we would load into our Kontakt player. Now, with those three options, you should have a plethora of natural sounding instruments. So from there, let's go over some synths. Surge is a free digital subtractive hybrid synth with 12 different oscillator algorithms, including FM options, and it can be used as a vocoder and much more. If we just go through some presets, we'll find some pretty cool options. Our next option is going to be Tunefish. Tunefish was originally made to be as small of a program as possible without giving up on quality. And this off-the-wall synthesizer is interesting to work with and can create some pretty cool stuff. If we go through some presets, next option we have is the PGAX, which is based on the Roland JX8P. And this synth gives you just about everything you need for that old school synthesizer sound. Now, this plugin doesn't actually have any immediate presets. However, you can click random and it'll come up with something random for you to play with. And you can save those as presets if you like them, or you can work your way through the interface and make something yourself. And with those 3 free powerful synths, you should have just about everything you need to cover just about all the synthesizing you need. Now, the one thing we haven't really covered yet is drums. So we'll start with the drum sampler Sitala. So with Sitala, we're going to start with a single kit. However, we can add all of our own samples in, like so, in order to sample and manipulate it here. We've got shape, tuning, tone, volume, compression, pan options, all kinds of good stuff. And you can see your options down here for our notes according to each sound. And if you need samples, there's a ton of free ones all over the internet. Somatics should be a good place that has a lot of free ones, but there is samples everywhere. Our next option for more acoustical and more natural drums is going to be Addictive Drums. Addictive Drums is going to give options for different drum sets, with the ability to edit our kits, add effects, as well as use and play different loops. And this is a very powerful little plugin. Now, while this plugin overall has tons of options, in the free version, you actually will not get as many options as you think you'd get, but that's okay because the quality of this plugin makes up for the lack of options available. And if you can afford it, might be worth your time to actually buy the entire thing. Now, just like Addictive Drums, we'll backtrack to Instruments. We do have Addictive Keys, and Addictive Keys is the same thing from the same people pretty much. And in Addictive Keys, we're going to get 3 pages with a lack of options. We don't get all of the mic positions, we don't get full key range, and we don't get access to, well, all the presets. However, there is plenty we do get access to, and what's there sounds great. Now, back to drums. Much like the Addictive Drums, there is also the SSD Sampler 5, which is a really cool drum set plugin that we can use. We've got a couple presets we can use here. We want to look at individual instruments that are available. They're right here. We've got another edit section, another mix section, mapping options, and here we also have grooves. And that is some pretty cool stuff if you ask me. We also have a halftime and double time option depending on what you need for your project. So if you're working at 180 BPM, but it's actually 90, you can adjust that here. And that just about covers it. That was every type of instrument you might ever need for free. Synthesizers, samplers, natural drums, and an endless library on Piano Book to be pulled into your decent sampler. If you like this video, please like this video. If you have any comments, please comment. I always appreciate a subscribe. It's Warren with Scale Audio. Adios.